us more about yourself and your personal touching story?
Absolutely. First of all, thank you so much for doing this wonderful interview, and namaste, my beautiful souls. My name is Medea Kalantar. I'm a Reiki master, intuitive healer, and spiritual mentor. I'm also a multi-award winning children's book author for a children's book series called Honey Cake. I started my path, in 2016. I used to work for major corporations like Rogers and Shaw. And after the third time I was let go from a big layoff, I thought, you know what? The universe is telling me something, because I always believe in numbers. So 3 was the magic number for me. My kids were grown up. They finally moved on to their lives and fulfilling everything they wanted. And I always did everything for everyone else and really never took some time for myself. So I started my self-love journey. And by doing so, I started doing some meditations and working on my spirituality. And all of a sudden, while I was looking for meditations on YouTube, a little ad popped up and says, "Do you want to learn how to do Reiki?" I was like, "Reiki, what is that?" So I looked into it. And then I realized I've been doing this all along. Every time my children weren't feeling well, I would put my hand on them and I would do a little mantra in Georgian, and they always felt better. So that's how my path started. I went and I did my level 1, my level 2, and then my 3, and then my master's, and also did UCB Holy Fire as well. I knew right there and then that this is what my soul purpose was. I am here as a pure love energy, a conduit to shift the universe in a positive direction, to help beautiful souls reach their highest purpose. And by doing so, always with self-love, because self-love starts with self-respect, self-worth, and you can't change things around you until you start working on yourself. So that is how my journey started. And, that's why I specialize in self-love. And yeah, I am grateful to be here today with you.
Now, you did mention some of the training.
Yes.
So I would like you to expand more on your educational and training background.
So my master is a beautiful soul that is from the US, and it was a very intense training where actually to get to finish level 1, you had to go through modules, and there was exams to do, and then you couldn't go to do level 2 until 6 months of practicing. So there was a lot of hands-on practicing, and then there was a lot of exams, which I loved. I love the fact that I was taking my time to not only learn, but to practice what I was learning. And then after each lesson and after each level, I was attuned to that level. So my master attuned me. So I was open to the universal light of Reiki, and I was able to tune in more deeply into my gifts. And then I realized also that while I was learning all this, I was opening up my gifts, and I realized I was also tapping into shamanic healing. I started to become more intuitive, where I actually started to see things unfold when I would do sessions on people. I started to get visions and downloads. So I would get messages for people. And it's really exciting to see people evolve and help them reach their highest purpose and watch them transform into who they're meant to become. Because when they go to therapists, there's nothing wrong with going to therapy, but therapy always seems to highlight the problem, where we highlight the solution of that you're perfect just the way you are. And we're just going to shift the way your perspective is into another way of seeing and doing things. So my training was really intense, but I'm grateful for it. And I'm really happy that I finally found my soul purpose. But people always say that people don't actually choose this. It's like you get a whisper in your ear when the time and the calling is right.
Our next question is, what makes you unique that sets you apart from the rest?
People always call me the love guru. That is because I really feel I operate from pure love energy, meaning that I have no condition, no judgment, nothing to ever show you that there's something wrong. I always say that you're perfect just the way you are. And what sets me apart is that I really infuse that beautiful love energy into you, because not only do you get one-on-one sessions with me, where in the privacy of your own home, where we have a talk prior to your session, that you lay down on your bed and I beam Reiki energy, and then we have a talk and I tell you what I see and what the downloads and messages are. But you also get 2 additional touch points with me. So you really get a lot of hand holding with with me. I check in with you 24 hours after a session. You get a 15-minute call with me, and then 48 hours again with a session. I also include a lot of resources and homework. So we work together as a team, and and we collaborate, because I'm the conduit. I always say that we work together, and that's how we get to where you need to go. I'm so grateful and honored that I have this ability where I can see the people transforming, and that they, healing their inner child wounds, all those seeds that were planted that have limited beliefs, or if all the generational programming, because from the time of conception to the time you're 7, there's so many little messages that gets planted into your subconscious mind, and by being hostage to those memories and those stories that are truly not yours, people can't seem to move on. They get trapped in the emotions of the past, which they can also manifest into illnesses. So it's my pleasure and honor to help release those fears, release those traumas, so that we can finally move you forward to transforming into the highest version of who you're truly meant to be.
I do have a quick question about how pure love energy has impacted your life.
Oh, I always say your thoughts, your words, and your emotions are your orders, because the universe, life, whatever you want to call it, is like a restaurant. And whatever you think, words, and say and feel are your orders. By tuning into Reiki healing, I've let go of so much past trauma. I've let go of so much things that weren't serving me for the highest good. I was allowing the emotion of the past to dictate of who I was today. And by releasing those emotions, by giving pure forgiveness and putting gratitude into my life, I was able to take back my power and become the soul that I am today. So I feel like, Reiki, energy healing, any type of self-love work is so beneficial to everyone. Our bodies are this vessel that is the machine, but we forget that we need to reboot sometimes, and we get out of alignment. So by clearing out the chakras, by clearing out all the energy that no longer serve you, you're able to be aligned, and you're able to then manifest and attract everything your heart is truly desiring. Because if things aren't going well in your life, then it has to start with yourself, because your life is a mere reflection of how you feel about yourself. And if you don't love yourself, that will show up in relationships, in careers, and everything else. So that's why I really feel it's so important to start everything with self-love.
You did mention pure forgiveness. Now,
Yes.
what exactly is pure forgiveness?
Forgiveness is really the epitome of saying thank you for the experience. When you're able to take yourself out of the emotion of what happened, whatever trauma, whatever happened in the past, and not saying that it's okay what happened. We're not saying that, but by releasing the energy of the emotion that's kind of keeping you hostage almost in a way, you're then taking back your power. You're able to step into your divinity and say, you know what? I understand now. Put yourself in the perspective of that perpetrator and have compassion for them and say, you know what, it must have been so hard for them to be going through that, to do what they did. And because now you're healing yourself. And then by forgiving, you're then disconnecting, releasing that energy, stop living in the past emotion, and able to move forward. And now you're flowing and the energy is flowing. So forgiveness is saying thank you for the experience, because I truly believe everything in life is a lesson or a blessing. And we're grateful for each of those things, because it shapes us to who we are.
What are the most common conditions you experience from your clients?
The most common condition that most clients have is depression, feeling lost, feeling like they just want to give up on life, that they don't understand why they can't succeed, why they can't attract the relationship they want, the career they want, the life they want, and just deep sadness and not understanding why they have the sadness. By tapping into those challenges, and we're going into inner child work here. And that's what I say. We go into inner child work. We figure out, where did this stem from? Where was this seed that was planted into your subconscious mind that you created into a story that actually wasn't a story that was yours to begin with, but you believed it so wholeheartedly that you started living that life. So once we start clearing your chakras, remove all the blockages, remove all the things that aren't serving you for your highest good, the clients can then start to feel, Oh, it's like a path where you're in a tunnel and all you see is darkness. All of a sudden, it's like the sky opens up and the sun is beaming, and then you see your potential, you see what you're meant to be. And and then they start feeling differently. It's like a slow transition. They might not see it all at once, but all of a sudden they start acting and behaving differently. Things that used to trigger them, all of a sudden it doesn't bother them anymore, because we're working on yourself. We're starting to love ourselves, because no one has taught us to say, I love you just the way you are, and you don't have to do or be anything to earn that love, right? We've always taught you have to get straight A's at school, you have to be the top person in your, in athletics or whatever, you have to earn it somehow. But love is, it's a gift that is given to you with no conditions. Like it's your innate right. So by starting to love ourselves completely, and then we're able then to work and heal those traumas, then the clients then are able to actually start manifesting their dream life.
You did discuss what the clients can kind of expect from you. Maybe we
Mhm.
could dive a little deeper into that topic.
I do give them homework. So it's not just you come, show up, and then I beam energy healing on you, and then we talk, and then that's it. There's actually, with anything in life, with any relationship, it takes work, including the relationship with yourself. So we start off with a book. I usually start off with, it's called The Magic, which is the second book to the sequel of The Secret. I love this book because it has assignments to do after every chapter. So you can't just read the whole book. You have to do one chapter and then there's an assignment. Then I slowly add more things, and we start working on affirmations. We do mirror work. I teach them the breath of seven, how to do deep breathing exercises, because the important thing is I'm trying to teach my clients that they can continue this type of self-healing on their own. So then whenever they're feeling stressed out, they know what to do. Whenever they're feeling overwhelmed, they go into the meditation that I send them. We also do some EFT, which is emotional freedom tapping technique, especially with people with PTSD. So it's so tailored and unique to every client. It's not the typical Reiki session. I incorporate so many things, so it's beyond Reiki. So I just say it's just a transformational session with energy clearing, because I remove all the negative energy. We remove blockages. We help with manifestation. It's just pure love, all wrapped up in this delicious bubble.
Do you have any other tips or processes that you take your clients through?
The number one thing I also talk about is journaling, writing down everything you're feeling, especially when we do our forgiveness letters. So when we do our forgiveness letters, it's not a one and done kind of thing. A lot of people have a lot of emotions and things they're feeling, but they don't feel comfortable enough to say it out loud. But by removing those words and thoughts from your head and making it tangible, then putting it on paper, and then by burning it and then slowly releasing it, it's like taking something that's in your head, putting it on paper, and then you see the motion of releasing it. It's like a physical thing happening. So then they feel lighter. They don't, those letters are never sent, but it's something that, maybe you're holding on. And by holding stuff in, it actually, like I said before, whenever you're not dealing with any kind of trauma or any kind of situation that you've been through, and you hold that energy becomes toxic, it actually can manifest into an illness. So by releasing these things and actually teaching them how to do that, then it's helping them not only elevate into their highest version, but removing all that toxic energy will help them also with a full mind, body, and soul experience it will better their health as well. So yeah, there's just so many little things that we do.
What brought you to Miracles Directory?
Lynn is a very dear friend of mine, and the beauty about Miracle Directory, I call it the Airbnb of light workers. It's like you have this beautiful cascade of people that you get to come and choose who you want to work with. And a lot of us, we actually collaborate together, because sometimes you want to work with a coach, sometimes you want to work with a healer, sometimes you want to work with a medium. It's a beautiful little space and community that we're coming united together, because I truly believe that each one of us are able to make a difference in this world, but together we can make a change. And that's what brought me to Miracle Directory.
Could you further expand on what makes you believe that Miracles Directory is making a difference?
What the Miracles Directory is doing is that it's bringing the highest caliber of healers, coaches, self, improvement people, whatever the people are there. They make sure they seek out the people who are the best that they are in their industry. And this allows people from all walks of life, of all over the world, just to come to one location, and they have all that information at their fingertips. They don't have to keep searching, because Miracles Directory has done their due diligence to make sure that the people that are actually on this page and in this community are actually verified. They have the credibility of the work they have done, and they know of the work they have done. They have experienced the work they have done, and that's why we are here to share and work together as a team.
In what way can you positively impact our Miracles Directory clients?
I'm truly here. My sole mission and sole purpose in life is to transform, influence everyone for their highest good. So I'm grateful to be part of this community. I'm grateful to be part of the collective of the light workers around the world. So by working with me, if you're ready to release everything that no longer serves you, if you're ready to be infused and marinated with this beautiful, pure love energy, I'm honored to serve you and be a conduit to help you transform and reach your highest self.
What is your commitment message to everyone?
I am committed to honor the Reiki principles. I'm committed to make sure that we reach everything that we set out to reach your highest purpose. I'm committed to do everything in my everything I possibly can to help you reach every goal. Even if I can't maybe reach it, which that's not true, it always happens. I always am happy to make sure to direct you to someone else that can maybe assist you, because sometimes we need more than one help. That's what the beauty about the miracle directories is, that sometimes you need to work with a couple of people to reach the goal that you're trying to get to. So my commitment is that I'll always be there. I'll always be honest and fair. I will always, with the Reiki principles, like we always say, we're here to serve with pure love and pure heart, and it's always for the highest good.
That brings our interview to a close. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored and grateful, and I'm really excited. And for the Miracles Directory, I'm excited to be working with these beautiful souls from all walks of life. Namaste. Sending blessings of love and light.